Reza Pahlavi, a name that carries significant weight in Iranian history and contemporary politics, is the eldest son of Iran's last Shah, Mohammad Reza Pahlavi, a figure who ruled Iran for nearly 4 decades and whose reign was marked by both modernization and authoritarianism. The Shah's rule abruptly ended with the seismic events of the 1979 Islamic Revolution, a turning point that dramatically reshaped Iran's political and social landscape, ushering in an era of religious rule. As a teenager studying abroad, specifically in the US, Reza Pahlavi found himself in a unique and unexpected position as his country underwent a monumental transformation. Due to the revolution, he never returned to live in Iran, the land of his birth, and the country he was once destined to lead. This twist of fate resulted in him spending over 4 decades in exile, a period marked by both personal reflection and political engagement. Despite his long absence, Pahlavi remains a prominent opposition figure, consistently voicing his concerns and criticisms of the current Iranian regime. He is a strong advocate for a secular, democratic Iran, a vision that stands in stark contrast to the existing theocratic government. Importantly, his vision is not a return to monarchy, but rather a move towards a modern, representative government. He uses his unique status and platform to call for human rights, fundamental freedoms and political freedom for the Iranian people, who have long suffered under oppressive rule. His message is resonating with Iranians both within the country and in the diaspora, particularly those seeking change and a better future. His personal history, the weight of his family's past, his position as the once heir to the throne, and his current role as a critic of authoritarianism and advocate for democracy, profoundly shapes his vision for Iran's future, a future he believes can be free and prosperous. Pahlavi urges national unity among all Iranians, regardless of their political beliefs or backgrounds, aiming to bridge divides and foster a sense of shared national identity. He emphasizes the importance of collaboration among various opposition groups to present a united front. Amid ongoing unrest and regional tensions that continue to plague the Middle East, his voice is gaining renewed attention both within Iran and on the international stage. He's not just a historical figure, a relic of a bygone era. He's actively shaping the conversation about Iran's future, offering a vision of hope and change. Through interviews and social media platforms, he effectively bypasses state-controlled media. He communicates directly with Iranians, both those living within the country and those scattered around the globe. He also engages with the international community, seeking support for his vision and raising awareness about the human rights situation in Iran and the world. His vision, a democratic, free and prosperous Iran, where the rights and freedoms of all citizens are respected and protected, is capturing the imagination of many desperate for change, offering a potential path forward for a nation yearning for a brighter tomorrow. Ultimately, Pahlavi's legacy will be defined not by his royal lineage, but by his unwavering commitment, by his hope for Iran's future, a future where democracy, freedom and prosperity prevail, not just its past, but its potential. Iran faces a complex web of challenges both internally and externally. These challenges have created a volatile environment ripe for potential change, a deep economic crisis impacting the lives of ordinary citizens. The crisis manifests in various ways, from struggling businesses to widespread poverty. Sanctions, imposed by international entities, have significantly crippled the Iranian economy, limiting its access to global markets and resources. Corruption, within the government and various institutions, further exacerbates the economic woes, diverting resources and undermining public trust. And mismanagement of economic policies have compounded the problems, leading to inefficient resource allocation and a lack of sustainable growth, have led to a cascade of negative consequences, including rampant inflation and soaring unemployment rates, leaving many Iranians struggling to make ends meet and provide for their families. Social and political discontent is simmering beneath the surface, fueled by economic hardship and a lack of political freedoms, is rising with increasing frequency and intensity, reflecting the growing frustration and desperation of the Iranian people, especially among youth, who represent a significant portion of the population and are increasingly vocal in their demands for change. And women, who have been at the forefront of the protest movement, advocating for greater equality and an end to discriminatory practices, who reject strict rules and lack of freedoms imposed by the government, further fueling resentment and a desire for a more open and democratic society. Major protests like the Woman Life Freedom Movement sparked by the death of Mahsa Amini, have become a symbol of resistance against the current regime, show a clear demand for change, a desire for a fundamental shift in the political and social landscape of Iran. Power remains with unelected clerics who hold significant influence over the government and its policies, maintaining a tight grip on power, leaving many Iranians feeling voiceless as their opinions and concerns are often ignored or suppressed by the authorities. Political repression and fear persist as the government maintains a strong security apparatus to monitor and control dissent. But so does the resolve for democracy, a deep-seated desire among many Iranians for a more representative and accountable government. International isolation, nuclear tensions and sanctions worsen daily life, creating a sense of desperation and fueling the desire for change. The idea of regime change is now a serious, urgent topic inside and outside Iran, as people debate the future of the country and the potential for a new political order. Economic pain, social unrest and political repression fuel the opposition's momentum, creating a powerful force for change within Iranian society. This is the backdrop, the complex and challenging environment for Pahlavi's growing influence as he positions himself as a potential leader for a future Iran, and the push for a new future, a future where Iran is a more prosperous, democratic and just society. Reza Pahlavi, the former Crown Prince of Iran, now steps forward to speak, offering his vision for the future of his homeland. He presents a compelling narrative, one that seeks to resonate with Iranians both within the country and across the diaspora. Speaking with urgency, his voice filled with a passionate conviction, he frames the potential end of the Islamic Republic, painting a picture of a nation ready for change. He sees this transition not just as desirable, but as inevitable, a turning point in Iranian history. He points to the widespread protests, the voices of dissent rising from the streets, and the ongoing economic collapse, the struggles faced by ordinary Iranians, as undeniable signs of the current regime's decline and weakening grip on power. Pahlavi seeks to empower Iranians, urging them to take control of their destiny. He calls on them to drive change, to actively participate in shaping the future of their nation. He advocates for change through non-violent resistance, a path of peaceful transformation. He calls for an inclusive transition, one that embraces all segments of Iranian society, emphasizing that this is not a return to monarchy, but something entirely new. Instead, he proposes a referendum, a direct opportunity for the people to freely choose their form of government. His vision, a secular democracy, separating religious authority from the state, protecting all citizens' rights, ensuring equality and justice for everyone, uniting Republicans and monarchists alike, bridging divides for the common good. He insists that change is unstoppable, that the momentum for a new Iran is building. He is aiming to inspire hope and confidence in a brighter future for all Iranians. Pahlavi envisions an Iran rejoining the world, taking its place among the global community, using its vast resources for prosperity, for the benefit of its people, not conflict, choosing diplomacy and peaceful resolutions. His message, a message of transformation, of fundamental change, national renewal, a chance for a fresh start and a future of freedom, a society where all Iranians can thrive, and lasting peace. Pahlavi proposes a 100-day interim government led by a council of respected Iranians, not himself. This body would restore order, basic services and prepare for free elections. The goal, a national assembly to draft a new constitution, decided by public referendum. The process would be open, inclusive, and guarantee rights for all, including minorities and women. Pahlavi's plan addresses fears of chaos, offering a clear, step-by-step transition. He reassures Iranians and the world that regime change won't mean instability. The roadmap prioritizes stability, order, and a peaceful transfer of power. This practical blueprint is central to building confidence in a democratic future. Pahlavi's core message: don't fear the post-regime era. He counters regime propaganda about chaos, promising a controlled, hopeful transition. The interim government plan reassures Iranians that change means a new beginning, not disaster. He advocates national reconciliation, not revenge for most government workers. Justice will target only major human rights abusers. Pahlavi speaks of economic revival, jobs, and dignity for all. His message of hope aims to unite Iranians around the vision of a better future. Pahlavi appeals directly to Iran's military and police, urging them to side with the people, not the regime. He distinguishes between hardline commanders and ordinary soldiers, calling the latter fellow Iranians. He urges them to refuse orders to harm peaceful protesters and to remember their loyalty is to the nation. Pahlavi promises a respected, professional military in a free Iran. His strategy aims to prevent violence and encourage defections, isolating regime hardliners. The support or neutrality of the armed forces is crucial for a peaceful transition. This appeal is a critical part of his plan for a new Iran. Pahlavi has ramped up diplomatic efforts, seeking global support for Iran's opposition. His visit to Israel was a bold signal for peaceful relations and a break from the regime's hostility. He uses social media to bypass censorship and reach Iranians and the world directly. Pahlavi meets with international leaders, urging them to support Iran's democratic movement. He argues a democratic Iran would bring stability to the region and be a reliable global partner. His comprehensive vision includes a practical transition plan and reassurance for Iranians. Pahlavi's message, hope, peace, and the real possibility of a democratic Iran. The question remains, can this vision become reality for Iran's future?